Piece of advice for guys if you're going to go with your girl's phones, which I would not advise, but don't go looking for text messages between her and a dude. Go into her best friend's text messages.
Oh,
go into the group chat.
True. Brilliant.
It's into the group chat.
That's a huge point, guys.
Piece of advice for guys if you're going to go with your girl's phones, which I would not advise, but don't go looking for text messages between her and a dude. Go into her best friend's text messages.
Oh,
go into the group chat.
True. Brilliant.
It's true.
To the group chat.
It's true though.
It's
Like I'm not.
The thoughts of thoughts.
Okay, Sophia,
Yes.
this topic you're about to bring to us
Uh-huh.
is near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
Bring it to us.
Okay, I was wondering, number one, if you girls have ever gone through your significant other's phone, and if you ever think it's okay to do.
All right, guys, brace yourselves for, it gets better from here on out with these girls about what they're going to talk about, the things that they're going to reveal. But we're going to do a nice little Prince quiz. All right, Prince quiz, guys. For this one, which of these three have gone through a boyfriend's phone? Which of these three have gone through a boyfriend's phone? What do you think? Do you think Alex, Casey, or Sophia? Do you think all of them have? Do you think two of them have? What's your vibe with these girls? Because they're about to talk about going through a boyfriend or partner's phone and whether that is okay or not. Spicy topic here. all of them guilty until innocent in my court. All, but they will probably lie about it. At least two of them have all. Let's find out. They're going to slowly reveal whether they have or haven't throughout the rest of this. And guys, all these comments, I saw someone in there say, AWOL, all women are like that. You know what? I can't. This is to you.
How dare you? How dare you?
This is a huge one.
This is huge.
It is.
And this is also something that girls talk about in the group chat all the
Right.
time.
Oh.
Should you do it? For sure.
And should you admit it if you do?
Oh, see, that's even
Layers,
like
guys.
more
There's layers to this.
Okay.
I'll let you start.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
Want
let
me
you
to
start
go?
because
Okay.
the look on your face right now is that you have
Everyone's
some shit to say.
cramming up.
And it's like,
I know.
how
Well, there's
do
just
we-
I've done it all, so it's
Yeah.
hard which one to pick. So I've definitely gone through my partner's phone, and I think it is a very risky situation because I do believe that there are so many times people go and look and they see something that's taken out of context. And then in their mind, they blow it out of proportion. And meanwhile, it's like their cousin's sister. And like, I don't even know. And you're like, oh, wait, that's family.
Or there's like an emoji that like
Yeah.
comes off as flirty and
Yeah.
it wasn't.
So that is the first issue that I just want to warn everyone about is you just got to be prepared that if you do confront them, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's not, you know what I mean? And you look dumb.
Yeah.
However, I have done some investigating, and it was when one of my exes gave me his phone, and I was trying to like get the Uber for us, and I was a little drunk, and I felt, I'm gonna look at his
Right.
text for a second.
You had a little liquid courage.
Right, like,
so
why
you're like,
not?
Yeah.
So
like,
I
deal with
looked-
it later. It's like
Right.
future Alex's problem.
Yeah.
I truly that was a
That's
good one.
great.
I truly didn't think that I was gonna find anything. I scroll down, see this girl named Ashley, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Ashley had said some shit to him, and it wasn't sexual at all, but I knew that they had had a previous like hookup fling, so I was like, there's no way that this is like innocent. There's way more to this.
Yeah.
So I ended up confronting him about it. He called me crazy, told me that it had nothing to do with anything, and then later I found out he was cheating on me. So it all led to brilliance.
That's what I'm saying is like, I feel like you sometimes will find shit that you wish you would have looked at the phone earlier.
I know.
I've looked through. I've definitely gone through people's phones. It was more when I was like in college because I was like, what? They're not even gonna find out.
Right.
But the problem.
All right. Just already that we have confirmed, we know Alex has looked through phones. Plenty of time. I'm seeing all your guys' comments. You guys know the deal. Casey just said here in the middle, well, I used to do it in college, and Why, she says? She gives a because. Why? Why did she used to do it in college? When I first heard this, I thought she was just going to lie to us and say, I used to do it in college, but then I matured and I don't do it anymore. I thought she was going to lie, even though we know she still does it. However, just listen to how she even justifies why she doesn't do it anymore. This is what I call thought logic. Okay, it's not, I used to do it in college. I don't do it anymore because I grew out of it. I stopped doing that. No, here's why she doesn't do it anymore.
I know.
I've definitely gone through people's phones. It was more when I was like in college because I was like, "What? They're not even gonna find out."
Right.
She used to do it in college because it was like, well, they're never gonna find out. That's why she used to do it. It was because it was way easier in college. They wouldn't find out. That's her justifying it. Oh, these girls.
Problem that I ran into all the time was when I would find something. I say all the time. It was just one guy who was just not good. But like, how do you then go and say, okay, I found this without it just immediately turning bad on you?
See, I'm such a psycho, and I come up with a lie, and I'm like, I can't believe. So say you found out he's like cheating or something, or you find out like he met up with a girl or something.
I would just see like he would always like text like, "Hey, it was really nice to see you last night," or like, "Can I buy you a drink?" And it's just like,
so then
first of all, why am I still dating you?
Right. I lie and I say that I heard from someone that this happened. Basically, everything I find on the phone, I blame it on someone else that they told me. I
don't think that you should ever admit that you're going through the phone because they are just going to get a new password. They are going to change names of people in their phones. Like, they're just going to get way more intense at hiding it. So it's like, you got to keep that to yourself if you're going to go through the phone.
Let's talk about some more thought logic from Sophia here. Thought logic, all right? Never admit to going through their phone, not because of, trust issues, not because, you don't want to bring any of that roadblocks into the relationship. You want to keep things smooth sailing. No. The reason you never admit to going through someone's phone from Sophia here is, gotta find it here.
You're going through the phone because they are just going to get a new password. They are going to change names of people in their phones. Like, they're just going to get way more intense at hiding it. So it's like...
Okay, so there you go again, right? There's just zero moral compass here. Again, the reason you would never admit it is because if you admit it, if you bring it up, they'll get better at hiding it. Again, that's their whole mindset they go through. There's not this sense of morality and all this other stuff there. It's just like, no. If you bring it up, though, they're just going to get sneakier. They're going to change the names in the phone. They're going to change their passcode. They're going to be on to you. So that's why you should never bring it up. Oh, actually. And guys, there's about to be a huge point coming from these girls that we're going to hear about. It's one that when I heard it again, I go, that is pretty brilliant for us guys to hear. It's going to be a red pill truth that they bring up here that I didn't think of until they actually talked about it. But you guys know this. This is, again, think about the opposite game, projection. Is that if a woman is guilty of something, she will use a classic political technique. We all know which side uses this very, very often. Projection. She's going to accuse you of shady behavior if she is secretly acting shady herself. So just think about that whole thing. If she's thinking about snooping through your phone, why? She's going to project onto you that, she feels like she can't trust you. No. Remember, projection, it's like a mirror. She's nervous about what's on your phone because she knows you should be nervous about what's on her phone. So it's like they give you, it's like playing poker. I'm a poker guy. I like to play poker. It would be like playing poker where you knew somebody's tell every time they had a bad hand or a good hand, you knew. It's like, that's exactly how you can think about it with women when you start to understand the red pill about it. It's like whatever is going on in their mind, they're going to project out there and accuse you of. So they just give you the roadmap. It's like, hey, are you flirting with other girls? In your head, you're like, oh, okay, she's flirting with other guys for sure. Just classic. All right, guys, remember, brace yourself for this. This is going to be a big point, guys. And I hear a lot of you guys saying stuff about you change up your passwords and all that stuff. They're going to talk about ways to get around that as well, or a way to get around that later. But here's one for you guys, if you ever want to catch a cheater here.
Sure.
You got to keep that to yourself if you're going to go through the phone.
That's
what I
true.
think.
Piece of advice for guys if you're going to go through your girls' phones, which I would not advise, but don't go looking for text messages between her and a dude. Go into her best friend's text messages.
Oh,
go into the group chat.
True. Brilliant.
It's true.
To the group chat.
It's true.
I'm rewinding this again. I'm going to let it play through then just to re-hit this home, guys. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Guys that think that they're going to snoop through a girl's phone and find what's really going on, yeah, you might if she gets lazy. You might, but girls know how to cover all their bases. You will not find nearly as much as if you dig on the friends. If you're hanging out with her friend or whatever, and if you were to see her friend's phone and you went to her conversation with your girlfriend or whatnot, or if you went through her group chat with all of her girlfriends, that's when you're going to find the real dirt. You're going to find everything out. I'm going to replay this part, and then I'm going to let them just talk through it. But that's a huge point, guys.
Piece of advice for guys if you're going to go through your girls' phones, which I would not advise, but don't go looking for text messages between her and a dude. Go into her best friend's text messages.
Oh,
go into the group chat.
True.
Brilliant.
To the group chat.
It's true though. I'm not like there might be things on my phone like talking to guys. Obviously, like whether it's like you're hooking up or dating or whatever.
Right.
If you want to know the real tea,
It's
go into the
so
group chat
true.
with their best friend.
Because
so
girls
true.
also, I think, sometimes can be smart enough to like not put stuff in text messages with the guy.
Yeah.
But they do. We put everything in the group chat
Yeah.
with the
Everything.
girls. And guys, I don't really know. Sometimes they do either. But I do think the whole thing about you said that people changing the name. I've had a
Yeah.
guy change multiple girls' names to guys' names. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I do that. So it's so obvious when they do it. I'm
Totally.
like, you think? I know that you don't have a friend that's name is Brett.
Yeah.
I know it's Brittany. And I know that was your ex-girlfriend.
It's always like a tinge off too.
Right.
It's either Andrew to Andrea.
Right.
Like
They keep
it's
the
always
same initials.
Totally.
I'm like, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys hear that too? They know this game. There's so much I could talk about with just this one thing they're bringing up, but I'm gonna put it back to like 15 here about changing names. Listen to what Alex on the left here says. It's like it's so obvious because I do it, so I know that you do it, right? She's just admitting here that all women know how to do it. All women know how to play this cheating game better than any guy could, so they laugh at guys trying to do it. They're like, it's so obvious. We're so much better at this than you guys are.
I do that. So it's so obvious when they do it. I'm
Totally.
like, you think? I know that you don't have a friend that's name is Brett.
Yeah.
I know it's Brittany. And I know that was your ex-girlfriend.
it's always like a tinge off too.
Right.
It's either Andrew to Andrea.
Right.
Like
They keep
it's
the same
always
initials.
Totally.
I'm like, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
So there's again, guys, there's just so much to that. There's so much to all of this about girls delete stuff off their phones. Girls are way better at cheating. Okay, the way I look at this too, it's, yeah, we can find this stuff out on the internet too, but when I started to find this stuff out all the time just in real talk with girls, and I mentioned, I think last live stream, that I enjoy if I'm out like at a bar, I'd rather hang out with a group of girls if we're going to play the people watching game than a group of guys, no doubt. Because girls, they are so aware of this social game. They're so aware of how to cheat. They're so aware of this. This is what they spend all their time doing and talking about. And guys are lagging behind in that. That's why in a similar sense, I always say to guys, don't send selfies. It's so feminine to send selfies. It's a feminine energy because what girls do when they send selfies is they try to flaunt what they have. They try to distract a guy. They want a strong masculine man and they want to see if they can throw him off his center. They want to see if they can distract him. That's like the feminine game. Like when we showed last week on the beer pong thing where I said, if you're a man, don't distract women when you're playing beer pong. That's so feminine. Again, the feminine energy is like that distracting. Haha, I'm gonna take you off your purpose. And the guy should be like, nah, no, you're not. A strong guy will never let a woman take him off his purpose. So in the same sense, kind of with the selfies thing, guys that send selfies, it's so feminine on one thing. On the second hand, girls have taken so many selfies that, again, when a guy sends it, even if a guy's like sending it, he's like, yeah, I look good. A girl knows exactly why you send her a selfie. She goes, wow, this guy liked the way his hair looked. So he goes, well, I look good, so I'm going to take a selfie and send it because I want validation. Girls know all of that because they do the exact same thing, just like she said here about the cheating.
I do that. So it's so obvious when they do it.
I do that. So it's so obvious when they do it.
So if you're a guy, never send a woman a selfie. Even if you're the best looking guy in the world, you can do it smarter on your online dating, profile, you just take a candid picture. Have somebody else take a picture of you when you're golfing and they see your biceps or whatever. But don't take a selfie. It looks feminine, and girls have done it so many times that they know exactly where your mind is at when you send those. So therefore, it totally takes you a peg down. They go, oh, this guy's kind of feminine. They might tell you, oh, that's so sexy, that's so hot. Keep sending them, because all they're doing is they're going, let's see how much I can make this guy work for me. And then she takes power over you, and then she treats you worse because you're the guy sending selfies trying to get validation, and she knows that a strong masculine man, that's not what he'd be about. So then she's like, okay, I got this guy. Now her eyes are also looking for a different guy. Terrible idea to do it, but again, that's just one of the many things about like cheating. Girls have done it so many times that they can read when guys do it, because guys don't sit here and talk about this at slumber parties when we grow up. We play video games, we play football, we do other things. Girls talk about this. They're so strategic with this stuff.
I do that. So it's so obvious when they do it. I think it's a really good point. Sophia, I would love to hear what you've done.
I have definitely gone through a phone, but honestly, as I'm getting older, I think that I wouldn't anymore.
Yeah.
I used to get so trigger finger happy, and like that was my favorite pastime. Hand your phone over, like I'm gonna go through it, but I don't think I would now.
Yeah, I do think there's a level also of people that do that. You need to be ready before you look. Mm-hmm. Are you going to leave them if you find something? Or are you not going to? Because if you're not going to leave them, then why look?
I also think with going through the phone is you shouldn't just be going through the phone because you're in a mood. You need to be almost 100% certain that there is something on there that like you need to know.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not just like in a pissed off mood. You're on your period. Yeah. You're like, what is this motherfucker up to?
Like unless it can't just be like something like that. You need to be almost certain that you're gonna find something.
Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find something that you're not gonna like, and then you have to decide what you're gonna do. And like, what if you can't make up a situation? Like, what if it's like, so there's no way that you can say, oh, I heard from somebody or whatever. Yeah. Like, he's getting like nudes from a different girl. Like, you have to be able to.
And then you just sit with that, and you're like, so I want to tell him. Yeah. Or he wants to tell her. It's like you would then are in such a weird position because and you've got all the information, and you're like, okay, so now I need to do something. Right. You can't do nothing.
No, well, and then you can easily turn it on, like they can, whether it's a guy or a girl, because like I feel like if somebody went through my phone and found something, I'd be like, you just completely invaded my privacy.
Right.
So then it just always slips on you. It's not like a win-win. It's like you might find something, unless it's like super, super damning to the relationship. Yeah. Everyone's going to try to be like, well, why did you go through my shit? Yeah. Like, I can't be with you if you don't trust me.
I do agree. I think it's a lot of it is in college that like I would do that. And I think my advice to anyone is like, just know if you're going into the phone, be ready to find out that they're like basically cheating, and just have a plan. Yep. Because there are so many girls that go in there like, I'll find nothing. Then why are you looking?
Yep. And if you do find nothing, don't ever look through it again, because your karma is like so good. Like, if you go through and you find out that your man or your woman is not cheating on you and doing everything right, just don't ever do it again.
Hey, Adam here. To really get an understanding on female nature and the games that women play, join my new program, Unplugged for Men. It's a continuously growing collection of these full-length, ad-free, uncensored red pill presentations to help men unplug from the blue pill matrix and learn the truth about women, dating, and relationships. Plus, when you join, you get access to our Unplugged community for men. You can download the app. You can look at it on your phone, on your iPad, anything with internet access. So join now. See you inside.